I love clip-in ponytails. I have loved clip-in ponytails since I was like 13 years old, no joke. And they just keep getting better and better and better. Luxy Hair has just launched a clip-in ponytail and I was dying to try it. So I'm here today to show you what it's like, how it looks, and talk about some pros and cons. Before we get into it, I just want you guys to know that Luxy Hair has absolutely no idea who I am. I didn't even reach out to them to see if they'd send me a ponytail for free. I paid for this with my own money. I am putting that up on the screen to prove that to you guys. I make no commission off of Luxy Hair. I don't have a discount code, I'm sorry. They have no idea who I am. This is a completely honest review. Let's get on the website here and I'm gonna show you. All right, so here is the Luxy Hair website. Oh my gosh, look at this model. Is she not the most beautiful thing you have ever seen in your life? All right, so these extensions come in 35 different colors, which is quite amazing. So you have your ash brown balayage, your ash brown highlights, you have just plain without highlights or balayage. It's pretty cool. Every color family here comes in balayage, highlights, and normal. You also have your neutral colors, your cool colors, and then your warm colors. So they kind of got through every single option of hair here. Nowadays, what I'm really seeing in the salon is I am seeing highlighted hair, straight hair with no highlights or balayage, and balayaged hair, and you're seeing it in 3 tones: cool, warm, and neutral, and that's pretty much exactly what they have. So you know, if you're having a hard time finding your color, what you want to do is ask your hairdresser, am I a warm brown, am I a cool brown, or a neutral brown? And then you can figure out if you're balayaged, if you're highlighted, and then you just go to that color family. The way that they set this up is really, really smart. If you're not the type of person that knows how to navigate that world, just ask your hairdresser, because they can lead you pretty well into the direction or the family of color that you'll be in. So if you click on your ponytail, that's where you can select your length. So the price here is 196 Canadian. And then that's for 20 inches. So if you click on 16 inches, it's 159 Canadian, which totally makes sense because the shorter, the less amount of hair you're using. So it's gonna be a little bit cheaper. And then you select your color from the color section here and you are good to go. I decided to go with 16 inches for my hair extensions because I wanted them to look a little bit more natural. If you want like super glam, super long, then you can choose 20 inches. 20 inches in my experience with extensions usually hits around the waistline, and 18 or 16 inches usually hits around the breast line. The breast, you know, just under the breast or a little bit above the breast. That is a more comfortable length for me, especially because I have a longer face. The color that I went with is dark brown balayage, and this is what it looks like in real life. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, so you get this box in the mail and you open it up. The inside of that box is sealed with little stickers. The top of the box has a swatch. What you want to do is open up that swatch and check to see if it will be a match for your hair. If it is not a match, you can return it and you can get another one, or you can get a refund, which is really amazing. However, you cannot open the actual product. It's a hygiene thing. Hair extensions have to be sealed for them to be hygienic since you're using them on your scalp and on your head. So you can't use the extensions or try them out and then return them. That's not hygienic. So the way that Luxy Hair got around the color match issue, and there is so many issues when it comes to color matching extensions, the way that Luxy got around doing this, which is super smart, is giving you a test swatch. You can check it. If it matches, great. Then you can open it. Once you break that sticker seal, that's it. You can't return it. But if you check the swatch and you think, okay, this is way too warm for my hair, or this is, you know, the balayage is too light, whatever, you can return it and get another color. Super smart on Luxy Hair for doing that. Great solution to the color match issue. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're obviously gonna put your hair in a ponytail and you're gonna put it on the area of your head that you like the most. If you're an Ariana Grande type of girl, you can put it right at the top of your head. If you want, you know, that really sleek, kind of polished, sexy look, you can put it at the very bottom of your nape. Or if you want something just kind of regular, standard, cute and fun, then you can put it in the middle of your head like I did today. You can wear it all back, you can wear it part to the side, you can wear it part in the middle. So the thing that you're going to do first is you're just going to see that there is a little claw on this extension. This little claw is what's going to go into your ponytail. Now there is also a section here on the ponytail that is the wrap around section. This is Velcro and this is Velcro, and it's going to stick together to create a hole in the center. Then you're going to use this piece to wrap around and cover the Velcro, and you're going to pin it in. It is so easy. All you really need is one bobby pin, and what you're gonna do is just open it up, put it into that section that you are wrapping, and then push it into the ponytail. This is what the ponytail looks like when it is straight. So this ponytail is 100 grams of hair, which is actually quite a bit of hair. When you buy clip-in extensions from any other brand, you know, whether it's Luxy or not, a typical set of extensions are 100 grams. So if you're doing clip-in extensions or whatever, you're typically getting 100 grams. So it is quite a bit of hair. I have seen that a lot of people have been asking if it is heavy online. It's not heavy, but it's not light. So is this super, super, super comfortable? I would say it is, but I don't have a sensitive head. If you have a sensitive head, you might feel that it's a bit heavy. I've also seen that a lot of people are wondering if this is secure, and it is secure. You know, the fact that you have that clip going right into the base of your ponytail and then it's wrapped, I find it actually quite secure. I've used it many, many times, and I have never had any issues with it sliding or falling out at all. All right, I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna show you guys how to style it with that beachy wave. Now, you can obviously do this when it's on your hair, but I find it easier to be able to step out of your own head and do it like you would if you were a hairdresser. So Luxy actually has a styling tool that you can hang your products on and style. If you are someone that's gonna be styling your hair a lot and you wanna style it in different ways, I really suggest getting something like that because it's gonna make it a lot easier for you. All right, here we go. So I just stuck it on my blonde mannequin head. I just did her hair, however, so it would just stick on, okay? So this is just a base, ignore this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use a 1-inch curling iron. So this is the Babyliss Pro ceramic. This is a great curling iron. If you need one, definitely get it. I'm gonna go up in heat setting, and I'm gonna show you how to maneuver this thing so that you get this really beachy vibe. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna spray it with a heat buffer spray. So this is a heat protectant styling spray by Matrix. This is really great because you can protect your hair extensions. Hair extensions don't last super long. I'm going to tell you right now, if you wear them daily and you style them a lot, they can start going to hell really, really quick, no matter how good the hair extension is. So you want to make sure to protect it because there's not much you can do after you've wrecked it. Now what you need is a sectioning clip because we're going to do layer by layer. I'm going to start at the bottom, working my way up. Okay, so you're going to grab about a 1-inch section of hair. You're going to make sure to comb it so that it's nice and smooth going into your curling iron. You're going to clamp your iron down at the root, slide down a little bit, and you are going to twist it. Now go down so that you're leaving this much of your hair out. Twist all the way to the top. Wait until you can feel the hair at the top getting quite hot, and then you're going to unravel it, pull it down, bring it back up just to meet the end of that curl, unravel, and then you're gonna straighten out the ends by pulling it down. And you're gonna be left with this shape here. Now you're not gonna touch it until it cools, okay? We don't do anything with hair when it is hot because it won't hold shape when it's hot. So you just leave it alone and let it cool, and then you move on to your next section. Now because I went this direction with the curl, I'm going to alternate the direction that I take the curl beside. So again, we're gonna comb it out so that it's nice and smooth. I'm going to flip my iron so that it's going the opposite way. Drag it all the way down, wrap, 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 and hold it until you feel the heat penetrating through. Now I did an entire tutorial on this on a mannequin head with no talking, and you can just see the technique repeated over and over and over again. If you guys like this technique and you want to see it again, then check out that video next. It's a Pinterest wave video. It just shows how everyone's getting that really Pinteresty wavy vibe without it looking curly or too styled. So you're just gonna unravel, pull down, leave about 1 inch out, curl back up to meet the end of that curl, unravel, and then straighten out that end so it looks just like that. So the first curl is going to the left, this one's going to the right, so the third curl is going to go to the left. Make sure that that hair is flat on the curling iron. That's pretty important. You don't want it to be bunched up. You're gonna get a different type of curl if you do that. There are so many ways to curl with a curling iron. It's kind of unreal actually. So if you guys want a tutorial on how to do several different types of curl with one hot tool, which is a curling iron, let me know in the comment section. I can definitely make that for you. So it's kind of crazy because I've been having this like little early midlife crisis lately regarding everything that's going on in the world. I don't know where you guys are from. Leave it in the comment section. I'd love to know, but I am from Ontario, Canada, and obviously, as you know, I am a licensed senior level hairdresser. I work from home actually and have a home studio, and I see, you know, hundreds of clients every single month. And we've been locked down for like the majority of 2020 and 2021. We are in a third lockdown. We've been locked down since April, and now we are pretty much in June, almost in June. And it's been the craziest experience because I had this identity as this hairdresser. I had loads of clients and connections. And when that was all taken away from me last year during the first lockdown in March, we were locked down from March to June last year. I had to kind of like relearn who I was, and I found it very, very, very stressful. I found it overwhelming to be just a full-time mom at home with little kids. I felt like I just didn't know exactly who I was or how to do it or what I wanted to be outside from this, because this is so much of who I am. And then as the lockdowns continued, you know, we would reopen, and every time we would reopen, it was just this monumental surge of clients, and that in and of itself became super overwhelming because it was like 3 months worth of clients who all wanted to get in at the exact same time, who had crazy amounts of roots, who were suffering with mental health. And I mean, who isn't suffering with mental health during COVID, but they would put, you know, a lot of those feelings into their hair because their hair was looking so rough. It made them feel bad. And it was just this thing, right? So everyone wants to come in at the exact same time. Everybody needs to, you know, be seen the first week of reopening. So during the first lockdown, I was working after when it reopened, like 15-hour days to the point where I was dead. Like my back was hurting, my feet were hurting, my arms were hurting, you know, and I went from seeing my kids so much to hardly ever seeing them. This is the last section. I'll turn it so you guys can see. So as you see, I'm going back and forth and back and forth. But then when you caught up, like after doing that for like a month, I caught up on clients and then things were okay, you know? And then we entered our second lockdown right after Christmas, or I guess, yeah, it was right after Christmas. And the same thing happened. And when we reopened in February, it was a huge surge and a lot of people were really struggling and very upset. And you know, I find people sometimes they can kind of project their upsetness on you, even if it's not about you. You know, as a service provider, we are a lot more than hairdressers to a lot of people. And sometimes I love that. And sometimes I hate that, because the amount of counseling and therapy that you have to give someone during these hard times is totally okay, you know, if you're a friend to someone or you know, are a support system to someone. But when you have 100 clients and they're all relying on you for that support, it can be really draining on you. And a lot of people are really angry about government policies, and a lot of people have varying opinions about government policies. And when you're working 12 hours a day trying to catch up because everyone's freaking out about their hair, and all you hear is like incessant complaining for, you know, a whole month, multiple hours, like 12 hours a day, it can really start to suck the joy out of your life. It can really start to suck the joy out of your work. It can be very hard to do multiple color corrections every week because that's what they have become. They've become color corrections at that point. Okay, so since this hair is curling this way, the one directly underneath it, I'm gonna put this new layer curling the opposite. So this hair is curling to my left, so I'm going to curl this hair to my right, just dragging, spinning, and then we'll unravel. But yeah, it's been tough. And then, you know, I was kind of used to living this entrepreneurial life where I worked nonstop and then I took care of my little kids. And then when all of that is halted, you know, getting back into it is really, really hard. For the one reason, because every color becomes a color correction. They become really, really long, draggy days. Clients are really irritated if you can't get them in on time because they have been waiting so long because of the lockdowns. You go from spending an enormous amount of time with your kids to spending next to no time with your kids, which is hard on them and hard on you. And it just becomes a lot, you know? And so as much as I love this career, I've been having, you know, these kind of mixed feelings about what I want to do, whether I want to close down the salon and only do bridal work, which is what I am best known for here, where I'm from, and also what I am definitely the best at, or whether I want to keep going and just embrace that the next, you know, when we reopen, the summer months are going to be insane and I'm going to be working nonstop. Or whether I need to make a change and do a lot more teaching, which is what I also love to do, and online kind of one-on-one consults, or, you know, teaching you how to do your hair one-on-one online, no matter where you are in the world. I'm really trying to figure that out because this point in my career, it has become a little unsustainable. You can kind of get into this mode where you're so used to being like a machine, and it happens kind of gradually over time, you know, as your clientele grows and as things happen, you start to just live this life where all you do is like take care of your kids or work, put them to bed or work, make dinner, put them to bed, bath, and then you work more. And then I was working all weekends because I have brides and all week doing hair. And then when you tap that on to like multiple appointments that need to be filled, multiple clients that are pissed that you can't get them in, and then so many clients just literally complaining about their life or about COVID or just dumping their problems on you, it can become a lot. It can become a lot. If you are watching this and you are a hairdresser, I'd love to hear how you are coping with it all and how you feel about everything that's been going on. I would love to hear what it's like in different parts of the world, because in Ontario, in Canada, it has been a doozy. Okay, so when you're done with that, now that we have gotten all of the sections, this is just the wraparound section, and everything is cool, what we want to do is take a wide tooth comb and we are just going to comb all of this out to create a really soft, beachy vibe. So I have a couple of products that I really love to use on extensions, and the first one is an anti-humidity spray by KMS. This will keep your hair frizz-free and not let the humidity penetrate and destroy it. But the best part about it is also like a shine spray, so it leaves a really nice shiny finish and reduces a little bit of the frizz. Now, if you want a little bit more of like a separated or a pumped up texture, you can also use like a volume spray. So this is a dry volume blast spray by Living Proof. Basically what this is, it's a texturizing product. It doesn't create that sticky spray that a hair spray would create. It doesn't create hold. It creates like a pumped up kind of lived in texture vibe. Sometimes I like to just shake it out like this. That's kind of the end look that you achieve with this technique. Okay, let's put this back on and do a side-by-side comparison. Okay, so let's do a few pros and cons. So I really, really like the quality of this hair. I think it's really nice. I think the color is lovely. It is a beautiful brown, and the actual balayage, the actual blonde part of this hair is actually really quite ashy. I think it's quite comfortable. It sits nicely, it has good density, and it is quite secure. So all of those things are fantastic. Here are some cons about this product. For one, I found it quite expensive and there were duties. So So I not only had to pay over $200 for this extension, which is quite pricey, I also had to pay duties, and the duties were a lot. They were around like $30 or $40. I don't remember exactly, but they were quite expensive. So when I went to the post office to pick it up after I got my notification slip, I realized that this actually ended up being way more money than what I was budgeting for. Another con that kind of sucks, although I understand why Luxy does it, is they give you that swatch for you to try out, but you can't actually put the ponytail on. So sometimes it's hard to know if you'll like how it feels on your head. It's impossible to know really until you've broken that seal. And if you've broken that seal, that's it. There's no returning it. So if you've never tried a clip-in pony before, you don't know if you can handle the weight on your head, you kind of have to gamble. You can prevent gambling with the color, but you are going to end up gambling with the feeling of the hair, because you can't pop it on, try it out for a second, and then decide whether or not you want to keep it. So that's a little tough as well. Another con is that it really did take quite a long time to come. It was about a month after I ordered it. So you can tell it's coming from overseas. If you want to buy this for a special event like your wedding, you got to get on it, because it does take a while to arrive. It's not like a really quick turnover. Overall, would I recommend this product? I would. I really do think it's a very high-end product. It's very good quality and it looks fantastic, and the color choices are beautiful. Luxy has done an amazing job with their extensions. They've done a great job with all of the lines, and this is just adding to it, and it's also a great, good quality hairpiece. Thanks you guys for watching. I will see you next week. Bye.